All right, today we're going to pull back the curtain on one of the most important services powering the internet, something you probably use every single day without even realizing it, Amazon S3. Let's get right into it. I mean, have you ever really stopped to think about it when you upload a photo to social media, or stream a movie, or just load up your favorite website? Where does all that stuff actually go? It's not just floating around in some magical cloud, right? It has to have a home. And for a huge portion of the internet, that home is Amazon's Simple Storage service, or as everyone calls it, S3. Honestly, the best way to picture it is as a gigantic, almost infinite digital locker. It's unbelievably secure, you can get to it from anywhere, and it's built to hold pretty much anything you can imagine. Now, to really understand how this digital locker works, you just need to get your head around 3 core concepts. Seriously, if you get these down, you've got the foundation for everything S3 can do. First up, we have the bucket. This is your main container, your personal locker unit. When you create one, you have to give it a name that is unique across the entire world. No joke, no 2 people on the planet can have a bucket with the same name. You also pick a geographic region for it, which is important for making sure access is super fast for people nearby. Okay, so you have your locker. Next, you need the object. This is the actual, well, it's the stuff you put inside. An object is just a file. It could be a photo, a video, a text document, you name it. But it's also a little more than that. It includes metadata, which is just data about your data, like this is a JPEG image or this file was created on Tuesday.
And finally, there's the key. This is the magic that holds it all together. If the bucket is the locker and the object is your sweater, the key is the unique label you stick on it that says Blue Sweater, Top Shelf. Every single object in a bucket has one unique key to identify it.
This quote really just nails it. At its heart, S3 is a giant but very simple map. It connects a bucket name plus a key to your actual data object. That's the whole game. And you can actually see this relationship perfectly laid out in the web address for any public file in S3. It's not random, it's completely logical. You've got the bucket name, the S3 service, the region it's in, and then finally the key name. That unique combination gives every single object its own address on the internet.
So, okay, that's the theory, but how does it all work in practice? Well, it really just boils down to 3 super simple, essential steps.
First things first, you create a bucket. You're basically just staking your claim, right? You give your digital locker that globally unique name and you pick where in the world you want it to live. So once your bucket is ready to go, you start filling it. You upload an object. It's as simple as putting a file inside and giving it that unique key so you can find it later. And finally, of course, you need to be able to get your stuff back out. You download the object. Using the bucket and the key, you can pull your data out anytime you want. And that's the whole cycle. Create, upload, download. Simple.
All right, now that we've totally nailed the essentials, let's look at a few of the more powerful features that let you manage your data way more effectively and, save some money while you're at it.
So here's a neat trick for keeping things tidy. Technically speaking, S3 doesn't actually have folders. It's what's called a flat file system. But by using a / in your key name, like images/cat.jpg, S3 creates the illusion of a folder structure. It's a clever way to make it much easier to browse your files. Security, obviously, is absolutely critical. S3 gives you 2 main tools to lock your data down. First, you have bucket policies, which act like a master set of rules for the entire locker. Then, you have something called IAM, which stands for Identity and Access Management. This lets you get super specific, giving certain users keys that only let them access certain items inside the locker. Here's the thing, not all data is created equal, right? So why should you pay the same price to store everything? S3 storage classes let you save a ton of money by matching your costs to how often you need a file. As you can see here, your everyday frequently used data lives in S3 Standard for instant access. But for long-term archives, you can put it in a much cheaper option like Glacier. It's all about paying only for what you actually need. Okay, let's just zoom out for a second, because S3 isn't really just about storing your personal files. It's a foundational building block for countless other services and applications all across the web. For instance, you can host an entire website directly from an S3 bucket, which makes it incredibly fast and cheap. It's also the go-to spot for the massive data lakes that power artificial intelligence and big data analytics. And for so many companies, it is the absolute backbone of their backup plans, making sure their most critical data is always safe and sound. So you see, S3 is so much more than just storage. It's a utility, as fundamental to the internet today as electricity is to a city. It's a beautifully simple concept, buckets, objects, and keys that enables incredible, mind-boggling complexity. The real question is, now that you know how it works, what will you build with it?